You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So? What'll I make you? Good?
After our broadcast. Oh crap! Can you hear me, Mario? Hey Mario, you don't have any. Nobody on the YouTube channel can hear us.
What?
All that talking and ranting you was doing, and nobody heard a damn thing.
All that talking I was doing, I said, try Jesus. Don't try me. Because I know, hey, that's what I was talking about. Y'all missed the intro. All my life, I had to fight, Ricky. All my life.
All your life, huh?
If y'all just tuning in right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you guys for joining Tough Love. I am Mario J. I have some very special guests tonight. We're going to talk about some tough topics. What I said earlier that you missed because you didn't try Jesus. You tried to try me, Adam. So what I'm telling you right now, the disclaimer is this ain't for your kids. This for you. This for you, okay? I want you to share this with your coworkers, with your mom, your dad. I want you to share it with your frenemies. I want you to rub some icy hot on your big bunion. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We about to have a good time. I want you to try Jesus. That's what I want y'all to do. Don't try us. Don't come for us because we about that life. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Ricky Manor. Ricky Manor, tell them a little bit about yourself, brother, where they can find you at. We're going to get on with the show. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, my name is Ricky Manor. Been brought out of YouTube retirement since the summer of all the stuff going on with, the Ahmaud Arbery is what brought me out of retirement. But you can find me on YouTube under the name Ricky Manor. I'm going to also do another channel because one of my videos got flagged and banned yesterday.
Uh-oh. You better tell them, try Jesus.
So after one of my videos got flagged and banned, I'm going to pretty much start another channel called the Black Patriot Channel.
Okay.
So you'll be able to find me on the Black Patriot Channel. I don't need them banning this account because all of my playlists and stuff that I work out with is on this account. So if I'm going to put a
Ricky, I would not be a good host if I did not point out the Trump sign behind you. Brother, tell them who you are and tell them who you vote. I know they can read, but just say it. I want you to say it, and then I'm going to give you the try Jesus. Okay? I want you to tell them who you voting for, bro. Tell them who you voting for.
Trump 2020, no more bullshit.
No more try Jesus. Do not try Ricky, okay? Do not try Ricky. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got another guest on the line. I'm gonna bring this lady on up. Let her tell you a little bit about herself. Who's on the line? What's going on with you?
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
First time.
First time. It's always a pleasure. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you is, where you from.
I'm originally from Compton, California, but I moved to Maryville, Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm a special ed teacher.
Okay.
And I'm happily divorced. I'm celebrating, so I'm watching your.
Lord. You know she was gonna get on that. You happy divorce? Oh Lord.
Yes, I'm happily divorced. I'm very happy now.
Okay, all right. Oh, okay. You're in Tennessee, happily divorced.
Yes.
You jumped on the panel, whatever case it be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to have these special guests. Please feel free to stay tuned. Make sure that you guys share, like, subscribe, and all that great stuff. We want to talk about a topic that's been brewing on my social media page, or pages, should I say, about not just black people. You know what I'm saying? We don't keep this just a black conversation, but people in general. Are people dating to get married? Is marriage still a thing? Let me go to my chat, because sometimes y'all say I don't look at the comments in the chat room. Very disrespectful, very disrespectful. But the fact of the matter is, try Jesus, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you to do. But basically what was happening is a lot of people were saying, listen, I don't want to get married. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the ring and I don't need the paperwork to do what I need to do. I'm gonna jump right into this. But before I jump into this, I want to do something very special, because a lot of times we send shots towards the men, shots towards the women. So I'm going to even this thing out, and then I'm going to play something. Then I'm going to go back to the panel and I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. So I'm going to get this out the way real quick, in a hurry. Okay? In a hurry.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
A female is designed by God to receive. And whatever she receives, she incubates, multiplies it, and gives it back to the male. She was built to do that. So whatever you give a woman, she'll receive it, multiply it, and give it back to you.
Is it just me?
Whatever you give a woman, are you listening, brothers? She'll never give you back what you gave her. She'll multiply it first. She's designed that way. If you give a woman a sperm, you'll never get a sperm back. She'll multiply it, give you a baby. If you give her a house, she multiply it, give you a home.
Hold on, I know what's wrong. Hold on.
If you give
Hold on. Let's try Jesus. Better try Jesus. Don't try to try me. I know y'all like, I can't hear nothing. Mario. Hold on. Wait. Whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Whoa. I did it again. I did blame Jesus. Hold on. Here we go. We're going to do this one more time. They're like, hurry up. This is a family. So I got to go to church right now. Hold on, let me see if this works. Hold on. This thing ain't working, y'all.
Oh, I was listening. I can hear the audio.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I can hear the audio from the video you were playing.
You can hear the audio. Can you guys hear the audio? Let me see. Can y'all hear the audio? Can y'all hear the video?
No.
Oh, you can't?
I'll give you a home.
There it is.
If you give her groceries, she'll give you a meal. If you give her frustration, a female is designed by God to receive. And whatever she receives, she incubates.
You can hear Ricky, but they can't.
Multiplies it and gives it back to the male.
I can hear it too.
She was built to do that.
Y'all let me know if y'all can hear that or not.
She'll receive it, multiply it, and give it back to you. Whatever you give a woman, are you listening, brother? She'll never give you back what you gave her. she'll multiply it first. She's designed that way. If you give a woman a sperm, you'll never get a sperm back. She'll multiply it, give you a baby. If you give her a house, she multiply it and give you a home. If you give her groceries, she'll give you a meal. If you give her frustration, she'll multiply it.
I'm glad y'all can hear it because we don't have to talk about this. I don't know why.
So, brothers, if you don't like what you are getting, change what you're giving.
Okay. So basically, let me get this thing back right. Hold on, let me get this thing back right here. So basically, what the video is outlining is saying that men, whatever men bring to the table, women multiply. You know what I'm saying? If you bring positivity to the table, women will multiply that. If you bring a home to the table, or if you bring a house to the table, women will multiply that and make it a home. So, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's a lot of women right now that's saying they can't find a good man, where they at. They're not serious about commitment. I want to find out what you guys feel. Do you think that in today's society, people are dating to be married, or you don't think they care about marriage at all? What y'all think?
My opinion. Okay, my opinion. I married for the fact of a child to get her out of state's custody. Then he skipped on both of us. I've raised her. She's a grown woman now, and she has nothing to do with him. So it could be she's taking care of someone else's child and not wanting the child to be in that system, being kind-hearted. I can't say he's never abused me. He just got hooked on the drugs and the women, and he had to go. So on that case there, it's an individual thing. Some people do it for the money. I did it for the child. Some people do it for the sex or whatever you want to call it. So it's an individual thing.
Okay.
But all marriages are not bad.
Okay.
Mine was just fucked up, but at the end, I got my greatest love, which was his child, which now she's grown. So, it's an individual thing. You can still have your little playmate on the side, but just if you're not gonna be married, do it over here. If you're gonna be married, be straightforward.
Okay. So for the people that just heard her say playmate on the side and that want to come for her, I want you to first, before you come for her, I want you to try Jesus. Okay,
Let's try.
Come for her, I want you to try Jesus, okay? Ricky, what you think, bro?
Well, when I originally got married, I'm just only going to speak for me as a man. I was misled at the beginning because there was my expectations of what I was looking for. I'm a big dreamer, as you can tell. There are things I want to do in my life that the average person will say that's ridiculous, right? So I thought I found that woman that could say, yes, you can do it. I got your back. But whenever we got married, when reality kicked in, it was more along the lines of you need to get a better paying job. And then when I got the better paying job, I stayed broke all the time. So all of this.
Okay, so what happened to her health? It's supposed to be 50-50.
Well,
wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Did she just interrupt you? Girl, you better try Jesus.
I don't mind.
Me. Whoa, wait a minute.
I don't mind
man.
because she's,
hold on.
When I was young like that, a lot of these young boys, and I'll tell anybody, whenever you look thinking about or entertaining the thought of getting married, you got to really ask yourself the questions that you just asked. What are we getting married for? What are we doing here? Because see, me, I just thought that was the thing to do. You're in love, somebody, sucked your dick and fucking, put their tongue in places on your body that you disregard after washing your hands, and they tell you they love you. You confuse that with love, and next thing you know, you feeling like $1 million just to be feeling like, in the arrears when they're done with you. So, and technically that's where a lot of brothers end up. So with me, what was your name again? I'm sorry, ma'am.
You can call me Reese.
Reese. Okay. Like Reese just asked, where was the 50-50 at? Okay. To me, I was very soured after my first marriage on women, and after my second divorce, I was very soured on that subject because it was like, wow, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Like, what?
Well, I'm soured against marriage too, but like I said, I went into it for a child. He wasn't worth shit once I found out a year later, but I stayed in it for the child. In my family, it's 50-50 or no. I can go fuck myself.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Right. Wait. She's on fire tonight.
Jesus. Wait a
She
minute.
said everything. She is a man's woman.
I'm just keeping it real. I mean, if you want a for real woman, she gonna come to you 50-50. She may not have the $1 million, but whatever she got, she gonna come with you 50-50. That means you gonna come 50, she gonna come 50. Y'all do it together.
Is you gonna let me say something, lady?
I sure will.
Cause I'm about to try Jesus on you. Cause you better you keep pushing some buttons, lady. No.
Let's go.
Great feedback, y'all. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just trying to give some tough love. But check this out. I think that in today's society, it's kind of a mixture of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I can see we got some OGs on the panel, so shout out to y'all. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people are talking cash shit. Like, they don't want to go 50-50. They're like, look, if I want to go 50-50, I go get a roommate. You see what I'm saying? I go get a roommate. In today's society, when you look at all of the mass media, we talking about social media, we talking about newspapers, we talking about radio, we talking about celebrities, all the media combobbled into one. It doesn't promote getting married. You know what I'm saying? It promotes just living your best life and living wild and being carefree. So it doesn't promote actually having a family. So at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, man, when you meet a man or you meet a woman, should I be vulnerable like that to say I'm dating for a purpose? I'm dating to get married, or will that scare that potential mate away? What you guys think?
Okay, scaring the mate away. One, he got to be weak to be scared.
Agree.
He has to be 100% man to even want to go that route. He has to have the Bible beliefs to go that route. If not, again, back to what I'm saying, you can get a playmate. They even got these little battery operated things, the tickler, the puncher, whatever you want to call it. So if you want to do that, but you got to be real with yourself.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time? You said the ticklers?
The tickler.
Okay. That's what I thought you said. I'm just going to tell you to try Jesus. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Well, you might need to try him, but just keeping it real.
Okay. All right.
This day and age is more like, you owe me. You give me. This with this day and age, they feel entitled. They don't want to work for nothing. So if you don't work, you don't get. Just so like you don't work, you don't lose.
You saying men don't want to work for anything?
I'm talking men and women.
Okay, all right. I'm just
saying. I'm keeping 50-50.
Don't talk about my mama though. Don't talk about my mama. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, it's like this. You can't talk about a person that's not doing it. If your mother was doing what she was supposed to, then she ain't got no dog in this fight whatsoever. She's up here. She's the queen.
No doubt.
But if you ain't doing what you're supposed to, then shut the hell up and get to working. You got two ways to work, on your back or on your feet. Which one you choose? I choose my feet.
She hit y'all with a quotable. On your back, on your try Jesus.
I choose on my feet. If you gonna get my cookies, you gonna break bread. Point blank and period. I mean, that's just real. I mean, like I tell my nephews, if you gonna get out here and work, then yeah, she need to give it to you. She gonna pay for it. And to say, I tell my daughter, if you gonna get out here and work, he gonna pay for it. Either way it goes, somebody's gonna pay either way.
Somebody gonna pay for something.
Hey, so Ricky, guess what? Break bread.
I gotta get Ricky in this conversation. Ricky, what's up, man? What you thinking, bro?
I'm in a totally agreement with her. I'm like, there's nothing I can disagree with here. It's like, because it's okay. For instance, like me and my old lady, we've been together now coming up on 7 years, right? So there's nothing, we already established when we first got together, what do you want? And I told her, look, I'm a dreamer. These are things that I'm wanting to do. I don't put it on YouTube of everything that my endeavors are, but those things are in the works right now. But, when she says I can accept that, I mean, this is how I knew she was a keeper. When I went to go get my first stereo system for my truck, right? I've been wanting a stereo system in my truck since I was in high school, right? After I got out of high school, I had it for a little bit. I got married and got broke. So every time I asked to get something like a stereo system or something that, makes me happy, it's always, well, we can use that $500, that $1,000. We can do this or do this, that, and the other with it. Never what I want. Never what I want, but I'm the one getting up, going to work every day. I'm the one having to damn get out there and listen to all the bullshit that I got to put up with at work. But she's the one who can tell me how to spend my money. And it got to one point where I'm like, damn, all I want is $40 when everything's said and done. $40, that means I could go to Starbucks on my way to work every day and get me a cup of coffee.
I'm gonna try to do something else for you guys so that way you guys can hear this. Hopefully it'll actually work. Let me see if it's gonna work.
All right.
Let me see if it's gonna work. Can y'all hear that?
No, I can't hear. I can see her, but I can't hear her.
Let me do this right quick. Hold on.
Oh, is she on the show?
What is she saying?
So I was trying to get, so what I want to really do is I want to encompass different perspectives. And these are some videos that I kind of seen earlier that I felt that would really add, you know what I'm saying, some perspective to this situation. I'm going to try this one more time before I give up on it. Hold on. Before I tell you how to try Jesus. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Because I can't hear it at all for some reason.
Them keys.
All right, there we go.
And that cheese.
Hold on.
We need to get in the habit of attracting people organically for who in the fuck we are. Am I telling you to walk around and look like a bum and act like you broke and act like you ain't got shit? No. But a lot of y'all put that other shit at the forefront before you display who you are as a man. The first thing y'all feel like you need to flash is your cheese and your keys. No. Show a woman who you are. What are you made of? What is your mindset? What is your character? What do you stand for? What the fuck are you built of? What are you made of besides your money and your materials? That is how you're going to attract the woman that you fucking need, not the woman that you want. Now, if you just want to attract somebody to just bang and hang, then go ahead, flash your cheese and flash your keys. But don't be surprised when you get a bunch of rodents dating you. See, a lot of men are out here flashing keys, flashing cheese, flashing their facade, their name brand.
She was looking for that word. Right? She was really looking for that word.
I got it. I understand.
And then they attract a certain type of woman to them. Maybe she is a quote unquote bad bitch, right? Maybe she is beautiful. Maybe she's sexy in the motherfucker. Waist snatch, nice rack, nice curves on her. But she not built as shit. She not made of anything of substance and value. But she looks a particular type of way. And so you feel like because you attracted this type of woman that you did something, but you really did nothing. You really set yourself back. And it may not be monetarily, but it may be your fucking energy. That's priceless. Like, damn, I really just fucked an airheaded ass bitch. Like, man, she don't offer nothing of value for me.
Exactly.
This girl, oh my God, all she is something to fuck and duck.
She giving it to you 100.
I can't deal with this broad. What the fuck is this?
Listen, I had to bring y'all back. Look. I told y'all I want to add some substance to the conversation before we get into the conversation.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Women with those things.
Hold on.
Attract a certain type of woman with those things.
Hold on, no. I don't even listen. What I don't want to do is I don't want to take away from the great people that we got on this panel. I just wanted y'all to hear a tidbit because we're going to talk to the fellas and then we're going to talk to the ladies and then collectively we're going to talk to everybody. So fellas, are we trying to attract women with materialistic shit not getting the woman to really know who we are. You know what I'm saying? And then we say, well, you know what? She's not marriage material. Who are we trying to attract? So my question is right now, who do you think men are trying to attract? A lot of people were saying they only are interested in Instagram models. What do you guys think about that?
I'm gonna yield to Reese first.
That's an individual preference. If she wants to be a thought, if she looking for that thought, a man can be a thought too. So I mean, if she wants the body, that's what she's gonna get. If she wants the mind, then she's gonna work for it. He shouldn't be easy, and neither should she. What she was saying was kind of true. I'm not gonna give you my money, so guess what? Why should you give me yours? Let's do it together. 50-50.
I really think that you got a different, like you. I like what you're saying. I like what you're saying.
She's not somebody to argue with. It's like, how can I argue
with you?
Oh,
don't get it twisted. I can get some arguments going. But let's just, I'm just thinking from my preference. My father was what you would consider, he took care of home. I never knew we were poor. He took care of home. He did what he did. My mother gave him money. My mother took care of the bills. My mother treated my father like a king, a baby. And that's the way I treated a man. But I got screwed. He didn't know how to accept that. So he thought hanging out in the streets or getting high. I didn't do all of that. I've been there, done that. I'm living in a small town. I'm from a big city. So I've done it all. So I've been over it. But he didn't get it.
I like what Dane said. He says, nice guys finish last. When you are young, people aren't looking to see nobody's character. Right now, society promotes a facade. Like, it promotes you having a facade when you meet someone. So you don't know who the hell they are. Do you understand? Yep. You don't know who the hell you meeting, especially if you meet somebody in a club or some type of event. They got on goddamn fake Gucci, fake Louis Vuitton, fake everything. And it's like you talking to somebody that you think that got their shit together, and you don't find out they living in a mama basement, they living out their car, they living in a Walmart parking lot. Like, you don't find this shit out until afterwards. So it's a lot of people who promote facades. But the thing about it is, it's like, who is really saying right off the bat, not only am I dating with a purpose, but the purpose is to get married? Or is marriage like, hey, you know, I'm getting ready to die, so let me settle down. I'm getting ready to kick the bucket. I just found I got 30 days to live. Do you want to get married or not? Like, I just feel like, where is marriage in this whole equation? Like, is it something that is sought after, you know, like an education? Is it something that people say, I gotta get that? That is the sense of I've arrived. Or is it like, man, fuck a marriage. I'm gonna do me, bro. I'm about to party all night, every day. Somebody talk to me.
Well, one time I thought that until reality stepped in. So as for me trying to get married again, no, I'd rather have a playmate. You do your thing, I do my thing. We meet together. You don't come to my house. I don't come to yours. We just meet. Get it on. No, that ain't being nasty.
Nasty, girl.
It's just one person. Call it what you like. I guess I'm gonna have to try him, because guess what? I ain't going down that aisle no more.
What?
Shit, no.
Well, here's the thing, though, and I noticed this a lot with a lot of MGTOW guys online. And they talk about the black woman, and they sit around and just scream how the black woman ain't shit and how they want to get a Becky and all this and the third. But if they think they're going to find refuge in the arms of Becky, they got another thing coming. How the fuck do you think country music was made? White boys got fucking drugged by Becky. You see what I'm saying? So, so with that being said, I think it's all about where you meet at. If you're meeting at a nightclub, if you're meeting at a bar, if you're meeting online in a sex chat room, then of course you're going to get, you're going to get what you
for.
Yeah, and if you're meeting someone like in a, in a work environment, or if you're meeting someone like online, like on a legitimate dating site, I'm not talking about Tinder or you know what I'm saying, or fuck me now with all that other bullshit. I'm talking about like a legitimate dating site where you get a chance to sit down and, one, find an attraction, two, find some common ground, three, find something that both of you guys want to work hard for. Okay, so. With that being said, not too many of these young boys are doing that because they're not cultured to. And the reason why is because a lot of these kids that are raised by single parents and single parent households, they develop a low self-esteem. So the only way, even if they're attractive, even if they're physically attractive, they still feel that they got to flash. They got to be a peacock when they go out. You see what I'm saying? This is my Lexus. This is my BMW. This is my big ass house. You know, even if it's legitimately theirs, they still have to show that this is me before they even get a chance to look at all this right here. They're looking at what's all going on all around you. And if that's what you're putting out there first, then only thing you're doing is baiting. And then, you know, if any of you guys know anything about fishing, you can catch a fish by the bait that you put on that hook. If you put fucking a worm on that hook, expect the bass. Put a fish on that hook, expect the fucking crappie. Expect, you know what I'm saying? So basically, people are baiting the wrong way, and they're baiting because, I mean, the self-esteem issues. I think a lot of it goes back to self-esteem issues because let's just say if you got that bad bitch, right? That bad bitch tell you that you're beautiful when everybody else in your life told you were ugly.
Love me some me.
Yeah.
So you know what? You guys are making some great points, man. But I really want people, first of all, if you just tuning in, this is Tough Love. I'm Mario J. I have some very special guests, Mr. Ricky and Risa. Nasty Tennessee is on the
Nasty Tennessee.
But if anybody want to come for them, just let you know. Just try Jesus first, and then come and holler at us. But
you can't come for me if you just keeping it real with yourself.
No doubt.
Right.
This Tough Love. I'm Mario J. And what we
okay, you say tough love. Which
okay.
I totally respect. But first you have to love yourself. If you can't love yourself, how you expect someone else to love you?
It's very difficult to give yourself tough love.
No, it's not.
I think
you doing it. That's what made me start watching you, because you give yourself tough love. I don't want to hear that shit.
But here's my thing. I think that it's different from giving a self-assessment versus someone in your circle that gives you love, that lets you know, yo, that shit was fucked up. Or we need to look at this another type of way. A lot of times when you're doing a self-assessment, to me, I don't think that's tough love. I think that's just self-reflection. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to do a self-reflection. This is for me to be able to have a conversation with you as a big brother and say, yo, let's talk about life. Let's talk about experience. Let's talk about how to move forward. So this conversation right here is because a lot of people feel like marriage is a faux pas. Like I'm not worried about marriage. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about the next club event. I'm worried about the next getting lit. I'm worried about, you know what I'm saying, X, Y, and Z. And my thing about it is marriage something that these elementary school, middle school, high school, college students, you know what I'm saying, and young adults and old adults, is that something that we should still be advocating for? Because right now
we should, but in this day and age, it's the me syndrome. I got to get me. So I'm not thinking about you. I have to totally get me. So by me getting me, I have to get it by any means necessary. Like I'm gonna give you an example. A person like my brother, he is stingy as hell. Mm-hmm. But he'll tell you, I don't want no kids because I'm stingy. I can't take care of a kid if I want this over here, so I don't want no kid. And he does not have any kids because he's stingy. So it's an individual thing. Kids this day don't know nothing about marriage because kids are raising kids. You can't say the parent. You can't say the single parent. Mm-hmm. Kids are raising kids. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm gonna spin off of what you just said.
You had said something on one of your podcasts that a lot of people are on drugs a lot. I can't remember. Yeah, you was into it. That's what made me catch you. But a kid is raising a kid, and that's where people have to step in. If you see a young man, like you say, you tough love, you're giving tough love to everybody as much as possible. The same thing applies for all around. Tough love. It is what it is. You have to love yourself before anyone else can love you. And that's just, to me, that's your tough love because you love yourself and you're giving that love. But young men don't know nothing about it.
You know what? I'm going to let Ricky say something because I know he want to jump in. Ricky, come on, bro. Come on up in here, bro.
All right. So I was reading in your chat room here. Somebody had stated that not everyone is meant for marriage, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, I before my twins came along, and, you know, I love my boys. I wouldn't give them back for the world. But I was taking preventative measures to not have kids because, you know, I didn't want kids. So my ex-wife, she said she wanted them and we were taking preventative measures. I was like, let's get our shit together first. We can revisit this later. But she wanted a house full of kids, right? And I was like, well, once I get myself together, then I wouldn't mind giving that to you. But right now, I want to live with you. I want to know what it's like to be able to travel to foreign countries with you. I want to know what it's like to be able to have nice shit, a nice home to bring a child to. I want to know what it's like to know you 100% before I give you a child of mine to raise. You see what I'm saying? But obviously, as we could tell later, I'm divorced from her. She got my twin boys and 3 other kids by another 3 other people. Okay, 2 other people.
Jesus.
So it's like, and now her whole thing is the government owes her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the first thing that should go to now. I'm gonna marry these guys. I'm gonna get kids. I'm gonna divorce them. And God damn it, the government owes me along with these guys, and I want to take them to the cleaners. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of women have that. You know, that mentality. It's not like, you know, they want to get married because they enjoy being you or want to, but they know how to sell it to you like that. You see what I'm saying? But it's not that they want to be with you. It's not that they care anything about you. It's like, it's a life preservation raft for them. One of the things that I noticed after my divorce, she was like, yeah, I want a house full of kids. She was living in poverty for a good minute. The second guy she married after me, you know, she screwed him over. He was somewhat wealthy, you know what I'm saying? But when she screwed him over, she started dating poor guys, like, you know, guys that would beat her ass and do the things that I wish I could do and get away with, right? But
what? Wait a minute. What? You ain't met the right woman that'll walk you down the hallway.
What?
Now this dude, the guy that she divorced, you know, ended up getting back with her because, you know, she went back and, you know, to him and now they're together. And it's like, well, wait a minute. How does this work? She don't have custody of my kids, by the way, because I'm
good. You have custody. It's nothing wrong with a man taking care of his kids. That's good. But what got me off, I thought you were saying that you may have put your hands on.
No.
Oh, okay. That's why I said you ain't got the right one to walk you down the hallway.
No, I'm talking about the thing because, I mean, here's the thing. And that's one thing I learned about that marriage, too. I'm not going to look at that marriage as totally bad because now I know what advice to give other men. When a woman comes to me, and I've seen this more times than not, and tells me that she's been with a man who beat her ass, I run like hell because, first off, men aren't by nature crazy. A man's just not going to jump up and start hauling off and hitting somebody. What buttons did you push on this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? And why did you stick around all this time to keep getting your ass whooped?
So here's my thought process. My thought process is someone looking at this right now, and they're determining for themselves based on our conversation, our perspectives, our experience. Is marriage for me, right?
It goes back to the individual thing.
Hold on, woman.
Okay, man.
I'm gonna tell you to try Jesus.
I'm gonna have to try.
Listen, I want you guys to give 2 PowerPoints in regards to why marriage is good and 2 PowerPoints on why you think marriage is bad. Like, why wouldn't it be for somebody? So since I just put you on the spot, I'm going to go first, and then I'm going to let you guys jump in there because I don't want to just put y'all on the spot. First of all, the first PowerPoint, I would say marriage is good because to me, you found a companion. You found someone that's going to actually, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even ride or die. It's just someone to be there, someone to smell your nasty breath, someone to see your nasty toenails, just someone to be there, to go to the movies with, to walk in the park. It's a companion. So that's my one positive. The other one is you get to share a meal. It is something about something essential, but it's almost spiritual to share a Popeyes dinner with someone. You know what I'm saying? Just to sit down and look across with grease and biscuits and shit. Goddamn, try Jesus. It's something special about that. Now, the negative part, I would say my 2 negatives is the fact that sometimes people get into a marriage because they've met their wits end. That means they've settled. They've settled for someone that they're not really happy with. And that discernment for that settlement builds over time. And normally those guys end up having a major blowout via alcohol, via some type of major event, via some type of catastrophe, financially, emotionally, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The other thing is that the bad part about it is kids are produced in that situation. So now you have the mom and dad that don't like each other, whatever case may be, and it can create, okay, a toxic and narcissistic situation. So those are my ups and downs. What do you say? What do y'all say?
Me? Okay, I tell my boys this because once, you know, they're 17 now, so they always talk about how they want to get older and get married and whatnot. And I tell them, oh, slow your roll. One, I want you to have your own bank account. That bank account is something that you build up, and you don't have, you know, less than a certain amount when you do, and you don't touch that when you're in a marriage, and you know, you don't talk about it. It's there, right? That's for making investments and other things. You work for everything else you build on top of that. Now, that little thing that you got down here, prenup. Prenup.
Okay.
And the reason why is because if she takes everything you built up over here, you still got this to fall on. Okay. Now, one of the things that, you know, the pros of marriage, I want to be honest with you, I didn't understand it until I put myself in a situation that I'm in right now with my woman. I didn't know what it was like to build together with a woman. I didn't know what it was like to have a true female companion outside of the bedroom. I was married twice and didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So to actually build something with somebody, to share your dreams with someone, that's a powerful feeling. Okay. That's a very powerful feeling. Now the cons to marriage, well, like you say, you produce kids, and if it's in a real fucked up environment, now you got 2 fucked up or 3 fucked up, 4 fucked up kids that don't understand because you're not leading by example at that moment in time. And the thing is, you got to take time, you know, to me, when people say, like, there was this ratchet heifer on here one time talking about, yeah, a man got to be ready to marry me in 7 months or, you know, it's over with. And I'm like, wait a minute. It takes 4 years to get a degree in practice of law. It takes 12 years to get a real degree in practice of medicine. How in the fuck are you going to, then when you get married, you got the power of life or death in your hands. You can make somebody's life heaven or hell. You can produce children. You know, as a man, if you're with the right woman, she's going to let you lead the team. And what I mean, the team, I'm not saying lead the marriage, lead the team. So you got all this power and this responsibility in your hand. Now, all of a sudden, you know, you can fuck that up for 7 months. So you can get and it takes what, $20 to get married. So basically you can get a marriage license to any yo-yo with a fucking hard dick and $20. That's the more important job to being a police officer, if you ask me.
No doubt. Okay. I mean, Miss Tennessee, what you got to say? Because I see you over there. Your glass is fogging up. The light is twitching. Like, you got some shit to say.
No, I mean, the pros to a marriage first. An alpha has to be with an alpha. Alpha female is not going to marry down. I married down, okay? So he wasn't an alpha. I'm strong-willed. It's nothing wrong with love. You just got to find your mate. And then I wish him the best. And y'all work 50-50 all the way. I thought I had that, which I didn't. Which I'm not mad about it because I'm an alpha female. I can take care of me and what I choose to take care of. Now, the pros against it, if y'all have to cuss each other, have to disrespect each other, if all of that, then y'all don't need to be together. So don't get married. Just go and have your little plaything on the side. Just make sure you strap it twice, or just go ahead and get it tied up or get a vasectomy. That way you ain't got to worry about bringing in.
They won't let you do that. They won't let you do that. I tried to get a vasectomy when I was 21. I had to lie to my urologist to get my vasectomy. He asked me how many.
Well, guess what? You can get it by any means necessary if that's what you really want.
Any means necessary.
Even if you got to lie about your age, go to another country, or you can be Morena Bobbitt.
No, I ain't heard that. I want a professional.
Yes, I did.
Lady, that is not damn. It's Morena, not Morena.
Well, whatever her name is.
Ah, Jesus.
I'm going to have to try him on this one. But no, love can be strong and love can be bad. It's the individual. If you think you're mature enough for it, go for it and be happy. If you don't think you can be true and faithful, don't do it. I tell anybody, pick the right reasons. I thought I picked the right reasons. It didn't work out. But I'm not mad at him. I don't hate him. We can be friends. We're friends. But that's about it. And I'm happy.
But see, the thing is,
she gave the pros and cons. You already gave your pros and cons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't want to cut y'all off. I want to give you guys an opportunity to talk again. I'd like to thank you guys for coming to rock with me. We ain't done yet, but I just want to make sure I get it. Just in case something happened and Jesus say, stop the broadcast. Stop the broadcast and go take a shot. Okay, Jesus. If Jesus tell me to go take a shot, I got to do what Jesus tell me to do. Try Jesus. Okay, I got to do what I got to do. But the fact of the matter is, marriage is such like it just doesn't seem cool now to be married. Like back in the day when it was like the Huxtables, all the like Good Times. Who else was married? That was the Jeffersons. Like all of that was promoting like black marriage. It was like, oh shit.
No, I gotta disagree on that one, man.
Well, I feel like I want you to, Ricky. I want you to, but I feel like these sitcoms to me promoted black marriage, and it's like, hey, we ride together, we hustle together, we struggle together, but at the end of the day, we still together. And I feel like now it's such a individually based society where no one feels like the only togetherness you might get togetherness in a club and everybody take a shot at the same time. But you ain't getting no togetherness outside the club. Half the people outside the club don't even know your real name. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's juicy. Juicy what? Just juicy. Just juicy.
See, that I understand that because that Reese is not my real name.
No. Try Jesus.
Don't say. No one. I mean, I work at a school and no one knows my real name.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the school? Because I mean, if it's a school for the insane,
no.
Okay. The elementary school?
No. High school.
Okay. So you in the trenches. You right there on the scourge of things. Okay, let me ask you something. Because I don't think y'all talk about marriage, but do any of those kids like ever mention like I can't wait to get out of school so I can get married, or is that any type of conversation going on in high school?
No. I always tell them once you graduate, welcome to the real world. Then most of them think about getting high, partying, moving out of their parents' house. That's all they pretty much.
I believe that.
Well, most of them get in the car.
Yeah,
well,
that's what it was.
Well, the school that I'm at, these kids build their cars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but most of them don't think like that. Half of them are raising themselves. So it's kind of like they don't even know what a real man looks like or how a real man is supposed to act because they've never seen it, never been around it or anything. So it goes back to the fact of what you're saying. You trying to give tough love to help somebody. And I applaud you for that. Because if they watch your show, they'll see that you are a man and you're not out here clubbing, partying, getting high, you have your fun, but you know how to be a man. So you keep doing what you're doing.
And that's the thing right there. You know, I'm gonna spin off of what she said. It's a lot of people, they feel like once you get married, then your life is boring. You know, it's like once you get married, that fun that you used to have has got to go. And this is what the past generations have told them. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm gonna use me as a big example. My Trans Am. I worked through high school to get that Trans Am, right? Get married. She tells me she has kids coming. And what did she say? We're at the car dealership. You got to get rid of that Trans Am. Why? I work my ass. This is my dream car here. Well, you got to grow up sometime. Now, if I'd have heard her say that shit when, we were in the bedroom together when sex was fun, then that's all it would have been was fun sex. Goodbye. Deuces.
Ricky, what happened?
Come on now, man. You've been married before. You know what happens.
Hey, you know what, man? From my experience, I'm gonna let you finish your story. Go ahead and finish your story, Ricky. Go ahead.
But yeah, so I mean, if I'd have known that that was a conversation we were going to be having, or if that was something that was going to be that I end up doing, that I would let her talk me into doing, and that felt like my balls got cut off that day when I gave the dealer the keys to my Trans Am. If I'd have known that was a conversation I'd have been entertaining, I would have been like, you know what? It was fun. Thanks for that. You know what? Wham, bam. Thank you, man. See you later. You know, because nobody ever gets with a woman, well, a man don't anyway, don't ever get with a woman in hopes to change her. I don't try to change my woman. My woman's been with me for now coming up on 7 years. I love everything about her. She don't have to change.
You know what, Ricky? I want to lay this out because someone's going to think that this conversation is not deep enough. So I want to throw the deep enough into this conversation. Check this out.
Oh, okay.
First of all, you guys brought up some good points, and I want to elaborate on those good points. Here we go. So, first of all, being married, of course, that's a consistency and a loyalty to sex. That's being spontaneous, that's having sex, you know what I'm saying, and not always having the boredom of it. So that way, when you get married, or whatever case may be, the question is now, do we continue our sexual escapades, or do we add more to it? You see what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to add more to it, and they feel like the add more is adding other people. So that's a whole nother problem and a whole nother conversation within itself. Mm-hmm. And some people saying, I don't even want to go through that. I don't even want to go with being tied down to one person because I don't feel that they're spontaneous enough. I don't feel like they're creative enough. I don't feel like they will take the time enough to actually say, whether it's one-on-one or whether we add multiple people to the situation, I don't even want to go through that. So that's why people wouldn't get married. That's one reason. Another reason is just a mundane life. The same rigmarole, the same, you know what? You want pancakes? You know I don't eat no damn pancakes. Make me a waffle. Like the same shit every day. I think that nothing's being promoted to say that could be exciting. You see what I'm saying?
And it's not exciting.
But here's the thing. Sometimes simplicity can be exciting, depending on who you are and depending on if everyone's being creative. You know, you don't have to have waffles in the living room. You can have waffles on the beach. You can have waffles in the woods. You can have waffles on a plane. So you can take that I like waffle shit to a whole nother level. But the issue is I don't think no one is teaching men and women how to be romantic. You know what I'm saying? How to actually tap into a person's thought process where they're telling you what they like, but you're not picking up on the hints. That's one. And two, just coming out and saying, I ain't no goddamn mind reader. Tell me what you want. So you got people right now, women and men, that feel like, listen, I'm not raising no grown-ass man, no grown-ass boy. But then we advocate for men. We advocate for single women raising these kids and men not being in the household. So I'm like, well, who's teaching this boy how to be a man? Who's teaching this girl how to be a woman? So if you don't have that, then you grow up with this mentality, the fast life. The fast life. Mm-hmm. Talk to me. Y'all talk to me.
Okay, so you threw it over in the deep end. Let's go there real quick. Now, when people start talking about the mundane life, you know, it does happen. You hear people all the time now. Mario, I don't know how old you are. I'm 44. I'm about to be 45 in December, right?
Just turned 41, big dog.
Okay, so you know then that we're that
generation. Oh, y'all babies.
We're not babies.
Oh, hey, I'm about to kick her ass off. I'm about to put her. How you put her in timeout, y'all? Fine. Look, try Jesus.
I'm in my 50s.
Really? That's your pod.
That's what I'm talking about.
Whatever you do.
No. Here's the crazy part about that. Now, a lot of times what people don't realize is like when you're young, I mean, I'm just going to put it out there. From the time you are 14 to 35, if you're a man, you're a dumbass. I mean, there's no way around it. You can do smart things like, you know, make a bank account and all that other shit, but you're a dumbass between 14 and 35. So basically, especially between 21 and 27, is when you're experimenting with yourself and there are things that you're still trying to figure out what you got going on. A lot of times, like one of the things that I missed when I got married the first time was that late night call you would get at 3 o'clock in the morning. That girl you done met at the club, and you done slipped me your phone number on a napkin, and she's like, "Hey, I'm over here. I'm naked, and here's the directions to my house." And you jumping in the shower, you driving, and the anticipation, that rush that you got in your head, that was more exciting than the actual sexual act itself. I've left the back door open. Come on in, and it's dark outside, and you sitting there, you hear a dog barking in the distance. It's like, damn, what am I doing this for? But your dick's leading the way. But here's the thing. And the reason I say that men are dumbasses at that age is because we don't know how to decipher what's romantic and what's a freaky. And freaky 9 times out of 10 is a product of sexual abuse from that female. So if that woman is giving us good head and doing all this crazy stuff to us that we've never experienced before, we're thinking that's romantic, and we're thinking that freakiness equals romantic. But then you find out that woman has been abused. She's broken. And you're sitting here trying to figure out how to put her back together. And she's trying to figure out how to put herself back together. You see what I'm saying? So, and your presence in the bedroom with her is like actually making her situation worse than it is better. You see? And so basically, we got to figure out what the hell love is nowadays. We got to go back.
It's a 4-letter word called evolve. Don't mean shit. You got to love yourself.
But we got to figure out what love is and what acts of love are, because a lot of times, especially I grew up in that 69 boys generation, where if you got with a woman and she did all the stuff for you on the first date, she loves you. That's love at first sight. The man feels good about this euphoric feeling he's got now, right? And he tells everybody, "This is my woman," and he's like, proudly walking around town with her. And not realizing that this woman is broken inside. And I'm not saying broken in a way to devalue her or even victim shame, but there was, we don't live in a day and time where mental health yet is still an issue that, we want to talk about. We're still ashamed to talk about mental health issues. So if you get hooked up with this woman, next thing you know, she's broken inside. You got some brokenness inside too, because you're mistaking us for love. Now you got 2 broken people.
No doubt.
Now imagine that equation being multiplied by the whole or half the generation. No doubt. That's what's wrong with America right now and the Black community.
I definitely understand where you're coming from. There is a stigma on especially men and women, and we're not just talking about the Black. To me, I'm not just referencing this to the Black community. I think it's people in general, man. Like, no one takes the time to heal. Like, people jump out of relationships, jump right into another relationship.
Exactly.
Now
they need a sabbatical.
Just dealing with that person. You're now a psychologist. You now have to be more for that person. And you got to understand, to me, I'm about to say some shit to y'all. If I'm dating someone and I spend half of my time trying to help her heal, you now put me in a place of empowerment over you. And this is what I'm saying to you. That means you could not get right. You could not figure out the first step until you got with me. You understand what I'm saying? And that now, if you have a good man, right, which I consider myself to be, they understand that everybody needs help. But if you have a man that is willing to take advantage of you, you understand what I'm saying? I'm the one who helped you. You ever had those people that help you and they like throw that shit back in your face? I'm the one who did X, Y, and Z for you. Without me, you wouldn't have been X, Y, and Z. That's why I said be very careful and be very mindful of how quick you jump into another situation, because you can be more vulnerable than you actually proceed to be. You wouldn't know how vulnerable you are until you get in that situation. And that's the way that guy used to talk to you to make you feel belittled or make you feel unsure of yourself. You now empower the next person to continue that abuse, to continue that rhetoric that was happening in the last relationship. So make sure that you go into your next relationship stronger. Make sure that you heal. Make sure that you have time to reassess and to assess the situation. And I don't think that we empower ourselves enough to just say, let me chill and do me for a second.
Exactly.
And so let me do the next dick. Let me do the next vagina, because we want these titles. Yeah, look, I rebound from you. You didn't rebound. What you did was added more weight to your burden and more weight to your stress level. Somebody talk to me.
Well,
You're right.
what you were saying is true. Someone was said unequally yoked. You have to be yoked together. But first, you need to heal yourself. You need to take a sabbatical, like I said, I just come out of one. I'm not stepping out there trying to. I'm just trying to do me. I'm trying to find what makes me happy. Me getting back on my own same page. And then once all of that's done, then you can move forward. But as for just trying to jump into something, they need to slow it down a little bit. You do need to be equally yoked. That's what I was talking about. An alpha female messing with downgrade. That's not good. If you're an alpha male, he seems like an alpha male, then you might not can mess with a omega woman because you don't like to tell a woman, you don't want to think for her.
Right.
Uh,
She needs to think for herself.
I
Two
like
thinkers together
I like that.
are both alphas.
You're right. As a man, I don't want to think for a woman. Because I'm telling you right now, when you think for a woman, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to me real fucking well. When you have to think for a woman
Or a man.
the respect level dwindles. It chips away at the armor and the foundation that should be there as a man or a woman. If I have to tell you, that's like telling a 1-year-old, I have to constantly tell you, do this.
You're done.
Do that. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Are we equal? You know what I'm saying? We can't be equal if I'm constantly telling you X, Y, and Z. We cannot be equal.
No, you cannot.
So you have to be mindful of the person that you are now dating or whatever case may be. And that's why I feel like marriage, it's very important. I think somebody said it in the comments that you vet that person. You find out, you come up with this list. And I'm not saying 100 questions, but do whatever you feel is necessary to like really ask a person, like, how do you feel about this? And have a conversation about it. Not drinking, not with a lot of noise in the background. Set an atmosphere and a tone where you guys can have a conversation. Drink you some tonic water, whatever you got to do. Have a conversation to get that person open to the point where I want to really get to know you. You know, I want to really have a conversation.
Let me see where your mind's at.
Definitely. And a lot of times we don't find out about that person's mind until something happened. Oh, I thought you was a ride or die. I thought you was my ace boom coon. And you find out like, well, if you do something that's illegal, I'm going to tell on you. Like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? So you got to have somebody that understands how you think and vice versa. And a lot of times we don't take the time to learn how a person thinks. We go off of looks. We go off of status. We go off of motherfucking goddamn. And for some people, it's just a situational ship the entire time. And then you get a kid from that situational ship. You know what I'm saying? And now they're stuck in the middle of some bullshit because everybody's thinking for themselves and no one's worried about the child. I'm going to shut the hell up. Y'all talk to me.
Well,
Going back to what have you done for me lately? Syndrome.
No doubt. No doubt.
Well, you know, too, that situational thing that you talk about, that's a big thing nowadays. I call it hobosexual. Homosexuality.
Okay.
You know, they don't have a place to go, and you know, kind of like, you know, I've known plenty of women and men that got married, not because they loved that woman or they loved that man. It was because they was getting ready to get evicted, kicked out of their parents' house, or kicked out of the house of the woman or man that they were living with at the time.
Mm-hmm. Needing a place to shack up.
They need a place to shack up, and they knew how to play the role. And they know, I mean, and here's the thing that people don't realize. When you vibrate on low energy, you could be the baddest bitch in the world. You could look like Trina, or you could look like Jabba the Hutt. If you're vibrating on low energy, you're going to attract low energy people. They know how to read you. That's why I've seen a lot of beautiful, beautiful young sisters hook up with these idiots, and they be like, I can't believe he played me. Well, this is the kind of energy you were vibrating on to get his attention. He knew the body language. See, we all speak body language. You can be fluent in every language in the world, but not know shit about how to speak body language. Everybody picks up on body language.
But back to what I was saying, an alpha female ain't going for the bullshit.
No.
You're going to either come correct or you're not coming at all.
Right.
Now, if you're a weak-minded person, then yeah, all of what you're saying is true. But I'm not going to give you all my coins if you ain't going to give me none of yours.
Right.
So that's where you fall back. It's an individual thing. Each person is different. If they've had a messed up background, they don't know how to come forward. That's why you have to help guide someone, male or female.
Mm-hmm.
So you just said Jabba the Hutt or Mac 10 or whatever like that. I mean, if the brother fine, okay, you fine. I'll give you that. Okay, you look like a mud duck. Okay, I'll give you that. But what can you do for me?
Right.
Period.
What are we going to build together?
I know what I can do for me, but what you going to bring to the table?
I like. So here's my thing. I think, we kind of get, discombobulated when we start talking about what can we bring to the table. I always encourage people to say, you know what I'm saying? It feels good. It feels empowering. Like when you talk your shit to somebody, be like, what do you bring to the table? My whole thing,
it don't have to be money. It doesn't have to be money. It can be the mind.
And I'm getting to that. So my thing about it is, first of all, whatever you're bringing to the table, like whatever you're bringing to my table, you got to make sure that it's something that I first of all, I want to value, and I consider to be credible. And it could be your mind. It could be an asset that I don't have or I'm not regularly or accustomed to. So the fact of the matter, if it's your mind, check. That makes you unique. That makes you an asset. Great. But some people feel like, you know what? I have a big ass. I got big titties. I got a big ass penis. So some people saying my assets are my physical attributes, and it's never my mental attributes. Like I never hear anyone saying when they say what I bring to the table, they don't lead with I have a powerful mind. They don't lead with that. It is very few people that lead with that. If you were to do a post right now and ask, what are the assets that you bring to the table? Their top 5 probably would not be their mind.
True.
It would not be, I got a house, I got a car, I got my own job, I pay my bills. Like, it would be all these other things, but it wouldn't be my mind. A lot of times people do not value the key asset, the major asset, which is their mind, because the mind is going to tell you to continue to be consistent, to be loyal, to be trustworthy, to think outside the box, to use those love languages, to think and say in reference to matrimony, hey, I'm dating with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? To take care of your kids, to be providers, to be protectors, so to be role models. So if you don't have a strong mind, that other shit is out the door. And that other shit is also replaceable. Somebody talk to me.
Very much true.
Yeah, you're right about that, because think about it. Look at what the coronavirus proves that this year. You got a nice job working at a manufacturing plant, or you got a job managing a store or something, and now or a restaurant. Coronavirus came along. That's what caused these people to get these divorces. That's what caused all the fighting in the households. Because you built your security. No doubt. Built their security. No, my husband manages a restaurant. My husband drives a forklift for $30 an hour. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? COVID says, shut the country down. Wait a minute, I can't even go get a loaf of fucking bread? I don't even like sex with you, motherfucker.
So I've said this before. I've said this before. I feel like the coronavirus, the pandemic itself has forced us to do a lot of things. One, to realize the people that we're with that we really don't like. To realize that we're really not supporting our children like we're supposed to be. They're in the household and we're providing all of the monetary value, all of the shit that we say we're supposed to do to check the blocks, but we don't know what they're doing with their homework. We don't know what their daily routine is. So now that you're forced to be home, you see that shit. You know what I'm saying? You actually have to have more than a 5-minute conversation. And I think a lot of people was forced to adult up. That's why I say that, adult up. Because I feel like that's exactly what this pandemic has forced you to do. It's forced you to get to know your significant other or the person that you've been having an extended one-night stand with, to say, you know what? I really don't like your motherfucking attitude. You know what I'm saying? I don't like them shows you watch. Like, first of all, we can watch Golden Girls, but we ain't gonna watch this shit all day. Like, fuck you, okay? So, force you to realize who you're dealing with. It's no break, no pause. And that is the real test of time. Do I really care about the person that I'm with, or do they get on my nerves to the point where I don't see me living with this person or having a matrimony with this person, or maybe dissolving this matrimony with this person because we've grown apart. We never really knew each other, but we held on because we had the time apart to say, all right, now we can fake it for a little while. And you fake it until you make it for some people. Somebody talk to me.
I think the divorce rate is going to skyrocket when motherfuckers start getting their jobs back.
Uh-oh.
Think about it. Am I lying though, Sharice?
Well, okay. You were saying divorces is gonna skyrocket? Hell no. I've been trying to get a motherfucking divorce for 18 years. So soon as she got legal, boop. So you can't say that. We've been separated that damn long. So you can't say that. It's the individual thing. Goes back to strong-willed, weak-willed. That's all it's been.
You're right about that, but check this out though. This is the funniest thing that I saw. I hang out at the gun shops a lot, right? So I'm always at the gun shop, and I'm always, I'm always, arguing with, my Democratic friends and family on Facebook, right, about gun safety laws and, the right to bear arms. I don't think we should let that go. You know what I'm saying? Well, they was always against, having ARs and pistols. Well, I don't need a gun in my house. But when the coronavirus hit and they couldn't get no fucking toilet paper and they were sitting in their houses with their kids, I seen these people come into the gun shops. I'm sitting there hanging out. Whoa, wait a minute. What was that bullshit you was talking on Facebook about 4 months ago? Well, the world's getting to be a dangerous place. I'm like, but it's been a dangerous place. Should I be worried about the safety of your kids or your husband or your wife? Because, now you're stuck in the house with them and you want to buy a fucking gun?
Well, I don't have that problem. I live in the country, so I'm always packing. So
bless your.
But I understand what you're saying, huh? I understand what you're saying.
Milking the cow ass mother.
Oh no! I don't have no cows.
Roasting the chicken's ass.
No animals.
Cock-a-doodle do ass.
None of that.
Try Jesus.
But no, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that's not always true. So just say that's what you do. Everybody doesn't do that. Okay.
Everybody needs to be able to protect themselves, though.
I'm not gonna argue with you there because I can protect myself very well.
You should be able to. I mean, everybody should be doing that.
But we're not talking about weapons. We talking about if I want a man and I want to get married. That's what we talking about. We're not talking about weapons.
I don't think that everybody should get married, to be honest with you.
Well, no, they shouldn't. If you ain't got the mind frame, don't do it. If you ain't got the means, don't do it. If you care for that person and you want to do it.
Damn.
Okay.
I want to do something real quick. I love the fact that you said the mindset. What is the mindset to get married? Like, honestly, what's the no bullshit, the no filter? What's the mindset to get married? We gonna say
maturity.
Okay. What do you mean by maturity? What does that mean to you?
For me, it means like, okay, I'm mature enough. I can take care. I'm working. I'm willing to let you into my space, and we going to do it 50-50. You're not going to lead me. I'm not going to lead you. We're going to go in shoulder to shoulder. That's the mindset to me.
Okay.
It goes back to being a strong woman, an alpha. I'm not going to mess with a man that I'm going to have to pull him by his hand to come on, keep up with me. We're going to do it together. I'm not going to give you all mine. You're not going to give me all yours. Let's do it together. That's the mindset. That's the first thing. Then you got to have God in your life. And then y'all move forward. And then sometimes, do something a little crazy, a little spontaneous here. you know, you might not like Apple Jacks. Well, hell, she likes Apple Jack. Eat some damn Apple Jacks with her ass. It's the little thing. That's the mindset.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you, you gotta fuck my mind before you can fuck my body. Period.
Give me a hug. Come here. Give me a hug. Lean your face. Don't mess up my hair. Don't mess up my hair. Okay. Here we go. Ricky, what's up, man? Talk to me, bro. What you thinking?
What I think from a marriage point of view, I think that I'm gonna spin off mindset, but I'm also gonna say discipline. Discipline meaning that it's cold as hell outside. I don't feel like going to work and I got some days off I could call in. Nah, get your ass up and go to work. Discipline, meaning that, you're on your way home from work. You're thinking about your woman and you know what she likes, but you know it's not in the house. Let's just say, for instance, my woman loves exotic chocolates, right?
If you ain't got the money, don't do it. Hell, you can buy a Hershey bar and put a bow on it. Hell, she'll be happy.
No. I'm not putting myself in that struggle of scenario. I'm talking about just like the discipline of knowing that this is what she likes. I just wanted to let her know that I am thinking about her. When I get to the house, just because that's what breaks the monotony. So people don't realize what the importance of sending the flowers. To me, the importance of sending the flowers is just to say, okay, this is what we do every day, just to let you know that it's still fresh to me. Here's some fresh flowers. Let's keep it fresh.
I like that. Listen, because I don't think people understand what's happening right now. Okay, let me change this shit around because I want y'all to get this whole picture. Okay, I don't think people understand what's happening right now. What's happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, is you have people that is providing you experience. You understand what I'm saying? Based on their life and what they've been through or currently going through, and giving you the tidbits and the feel goods about marriage. A lot of times when you hear podcasts, like, people don't really get into depth. I think we're really getting into depth about a lot of situations right now. And my little tidbit that I want to add, what I think in reference to marriage, is this, man. I feel like talked about maturity, talked about, sending flowers, etc. But I really think it's really about, to me, just being consistent. Just taking the time. It's like, this is not let me think a year out. Like, let me think this shit through day by day. Let me reassess this shit day by day, because it's so many challenges. People find out you're in a relationship, they at your neck. They in your DMs, they trying to get at you. But the fact of the matter is, it's like, you really need to find out what you really like and love about the other person, and really say, we have something special going on. That is the key. Do you have something special? Does that person know you? You know them, and y'all the yin and yang. Does it feel good to be with that person? Do they understand you? You know what I'm saying? They understand when, if you watching a football game, hey, they popping you popcorn. You know what I'm saying? They giving you a beer. They understand that's your time. If she's watching the stories, hey, you understand that's her time. So just somebody that gets it. And I think that at the end of the day, that's what marriage is. Someone that is willing to compromise enough to
very much so.
Not to lose themselves. Because a lot of people lose themselves in marriages, to compromise enough to get it. I understand you. I may not like you all the time, but I always love you to a certain extent. But I compromise to a certain extent because I want you to be happy. But it's not at the expense of my happiness. So when we talk about marriage, it's a lot of shit that goes with it. But the first step is, are you willing to be committed to that marriage? Talk to me about commitment and what that means to you guys.
Well, to me, like my woman now, she's my family. It's like she's attached to me as much as a cousin, a brother, an aunt, or an auntie, or an uncle. Meaning that no matter how mad I get at her or how mad she get at me, at the end of the day, we're family. So that's the level of commitment that most marriages, I think that's where they fail at, because they still think they got a girlfriend or they still got a boyfriend and we can just break this off. No, I can not talk to my cousin for a while and be angry with him for a while. But eventually we got to come around and work that shit out because we're family.
No doubt.
And I think that's the bond that we supposed to have as husband and wife, and they're supposed to come above and beyond your family, because that's your ultimate family. You are the builder of the family now. You know, you're the foundation. She's the fucking, no, you're the material. She's the fucking carpenter. You see what I'm saying? The material is not going to build itself, and the carpenter can't do shit without the material to build.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Me, communication, and don't be selfish. It's all about communication. If I piss you off, you should be able to communicate with me and tell me that I did this. If I make you happy, you should be able to communicate and tell me I made you happy. It's all about communication.
No doubt, no doubt. First of all, let me talk to Dane real quick. Dane said, ain't no young person watching stories, Mario. Motherfucker, I just gave an example, motherfucker. You better try Jesus. You better try Jesus. Hey, listen, but I really feel like, you know what I'm saying? You just got to find shit that work for you. I think that a lot of times we make things difficult, you know what I'm saying? Because we're so busy trying to keep up with society status quo or the society norms. What works for you? You know what I'm saying? What works for you? Like, does she understand? Like when we it's time to run to Walmart, she don't have to put on a lot of makeup. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, find what works for you. Find the simplicity that makes you still feel good every day. You know what I mean? If you find that, I think that'll work. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, based on my panelists right now that we have on, they telling y'all, hey, listen, this is what works for me. You know what I'm saying? This is what's working in my household. This is what's working for me as an individual person. You know what I'm saying? Building my foundation. It is great to be empowered to say, I feel like I'm a bad bitch. I feel like I'm that dude. And for those people that's a little bit older and a little bit saying, my name is my creed, so I don't use any other titles. And they say, you know, I've reached a level of maturity where I don't use titles other than my name. I may put a Mr. in front of that. I might put a CEO in front of that, or female, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the fact of the matter is, are you dating someone that gets it? That's at the end of the day, they get it. They understand what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to, what your daily process is. And I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are dating people that they don't understand their daily habits. They don't understand what makes them happy. They don't care to find out what makes them happy. And they try to force pieces to a puzzle and that don't fit. Can y'all talk about being in a marriage where they got married for the wrong reasons? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about getting married for the wrong reasons. What would be the wrong reasons, you guys think?
There's a lot of wrong reasons. The first one I would say, and this was with me, I'm not, talking about everybody, but with me, I was in love with the idea of being in love. And the person who could deliver to me what my idea of being in love was, that's the person I fell in love with and said, let's get married. Which, my life wasn't complicated at the time. I don't know why I felt the need to fuck my life up. I just probably tried to catch up with the rest of my friends and, living up to everybody else's expectations. The right person came along and told me the things that I've been wanting to hear. And just like that, I'm like, you know what? We can make this work. But not realizing that this woman was broken and so was I.
No doubt. I like that. Miss Tennessee, you good? You straight?
I'm good. I'm just listening.
No, I don't need you to listen, baby girl. I need you to say something. Say something.
Okay, well, as for me, like I said, I got married to save a child.
Okay.
And I thought I could love him. We were girlfriend and boyfriend for, he was the top. But I didn't know the dark side of it. But I married to save a child. And then once I seen the dark side, he walked out on us. But I refused to let that child go back into that same situation. So we lived together, me and her, and we made it just fine. But I thought it was love. I thought he could love me, but I had more love for the child than I had for him.
Right.
So it's an individual thing. Now, would I ever get married again? I really don't know. I'm not knocking it, but I'd have to find the right person that is equally yoked to me.
No
I
doubt.
bet you know what to look for now, though, if that was to come about.
I try not to make the same mistakes twice. That's why I say I have a playmate. We play, you take your ass on.
I like that's real though. That's real. I mean, you can't
Try Jesus.
I'm sorry, but that's just what I had to deal with. I had to pretty much follow rules to keep her safe. But
no doubt.
No. I just rather play, you take your ass on, and I take my ass on. You don't come to my house, I don't come to your house. I pay for a room, you pay for a room, and playmate, get your ass home. That works for me. But I might try it. I don't know. But right now,
and try Jesus in the process. Bless your heart.
Hey, but
you doing some freaky farm sex. That's some freaky farm sex.
I don't have no animals.
You ain't got them no more because they took them away from you. The goddamn
no
animal.
I don't fuck with no damn animals. No, I'm from California. I ain't fucking with. I just live in the country. I ain't fucking with no damn animals.
So this is the part I want to point out something before I say what I'm gonna say. But Monique Washington says what you did when you were dating should continue in marriage. What works for one may not work for all. I definitely agree with what you're saying. It should be consistent. You see what I'm saying? It should be a level of consistency or whatever case to be. If you was giving compliments, if you was dressing nice, if you was going out, and I understand that depending on what your situation may be, some things may change. Like if you got kids, some things may slow down, but try your best. And if you feel like you've fallen off the wagon or whatever case may be, try to do your best to get back on the wagon and push that consistency forward. Because here's the thing, no one wants to be with a loser. Nobody is waking up every day like, oh man, I just need to find me a loser. No one's saying that. So the fact of the matter is, if you feel like you haven't been on your A game, you ain't ready to motherfucking put points on the board, do what you need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we come to a close. I know, y'all. I know. It's Sunday. I know. But this is where we come to a close. First of all, before I do this, I'd like to give another shout out to my special guest tonight. I don't know if Miss Tennessee, I don't know if she has a YouTube channel, but I do know Ricky Manor has a YouTube channel. Once he speaks, he can give you guys the details or whatever. But I really like to thank everyone for rocking with us, leaving this great feedback. I'm gonna make sure that I get to those comments. But again, every Sunday at 5, I go live. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc., etc. This is Tough Love. This is to build up and not to tear down. So again, I am Mario J. I would like for my panelists to give you like a 1-minute breakdown of what they feel about marriage, just a synopsis, and then tell you where you can locate and find them. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna say ladies first. Miss Tennessee, Miss Freaky Farmer, are you ready?
I'm not a farmer. You'd be amazed.
I'm being amazed.
I live in Tennessee. I'm originally from California, and I'm just doing me right now. I'm on my sabbatical right now. So.
No doubt.
I'm working on me right now. Get my shit together. So
no doubt.
I'm not finna add no other drama until I get all my drama straight.
No doubt. So do you have any like social media pages or you have anything?
No, I stay off of social media somewhat because I don't want my kids trying to find me.
Okay. So if someone had a question, how would they be able to contact you? Like you got an email or something?
No, not really.
So basically just send an email to the Farmers United Tennessee hotline.
FHA.
God damn, I'm trying to reach.
Well, you know what? I mean, the thing of it is, I like your show and I watch it in class when I get a break from the kids.
You watching it in class? Let me find out. Try G.
You know, like when they go to gym. No, like when they go to gym, and I watch your pages.
I appreciate it.
So I mean, that's my little time, but I don't want my kids knowing where I'm at.
I got you. Makes sense. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to reach her, contact me, and I'll get in contact with her. That's really simple. What is your tidbit in regards to saying Do you feel people should get married? Do you think they shouldn't get married? What is your last thought process on that?
Do what you feel. If you feel that you can do it, do it. If you feel that you can't, then don't. But you always have an inner sense to tell right from wrong. So you do what you feel.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Okay. Okay. Big Ricky. What's up, man? Talk to me, bro.
I think that when it comes to marriage, to me, I think that we should, people should get married like you getting ready to start a business partner with somebody, a business partnership, and they got to be able to be qualified beforehand, no matter, because people got different things they're looking for. Can you tolerate this person on a personal level? Can you conduct business with this person? Because that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to try to bring in more than what goes out, even when it comes down to having kids or saving up to send your kids to college. And can you build wealth together for your future generations to come?
No doubt.
So that's, that's not for everybody. Like, there are people that fly airplanes. I can't fly airplanes. I'll never try to fly airplanes. It's not my thing. But respect the pilots. You see what I'm saying? Respect the pilots. Marriage is just like that. There are some people who can do it. There are some people who can't. If you can't, if you're not father material, if you're not husband material or wife material, leave it alone. Have fun. There's women out there, trust and believe. And what I want the young people to understand is you don't have to allow these women to get laid. There are some women that will know exactly what you're looking for. And whether if it's just to get laid, and she's going to lay down with you. And if she likes it, she's going to do it again.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey, listen, Ricky, tell them where they can find you at, big bro.
Ricky Manor is my show on just under Ricky Manor on YouTube, and you can also find me under at Manor Ricky on Twitter, as well as I'm going to start another channel called the Patriot Black Channel sometime this week, and I dropped the link in my channel so you can get to that because they flagged one of my videos, and for the first time I got banned. I feel like such an outlaw.
No doubt. Again, I'd like to thank my panelists for coming on, rocking with me, or whatever case may be. And I'd like to thank all of the guests that shared, that's DM. I see the subscribers going up. So I really like to thank you guys for coming in and rocking with me. This is something very special, something serious. I know we joke and we play a lot, but this is something serious. When I take time away from, my family and from my personal time to do this, this is something serious. So for me, it's all about having fun, but it's also about sending a message. When I talk about marriage, I think that it should be encouraged. I think that you should find someone that respects you, that loves you, and that gets you. And I think that you should have those tough conversations in the beginning to kind of lay that foundation and build and nourish that foundation. You have to water the seed. You know what I'm saying? I used to say it takes the village, but I don't like that saying because somebody fucked it up for me. So the fact of the matter, I'm just saying. But the fact of the matter is you got to nurture, where it is you want to build your foundation at. And I really believe that it's something that was said tonight that's going to encourage people to not give up on love, not give up on relationships. Again, this is just not a black conversation, even though you see black people. This is a humanitarian conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to be encouraged. I want you guys to make sure you vote. Make sure that you build your communities. Make sure that you love the people that's around you. But most of all, love yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for rocking with us. Please reach out to anyone that you have you want to get to, contact or whatever. Follow these guys on their social media. Even if they're on farms, that don't mean they can't be contacted. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for rocking with us. I am Mario J. This is Tough Love. Peace and blessings to you guys. Until I feel like going live again, goddammit. But really, until next Sunday at 5, you can catch me on Fam Radio Podcast. It's going to air every Monday, so I'll put the link on my social media page. Until then, y'all be blessed. All right.
You too.
A daughter. All right.
Peace out. Thanks for having me.
Bye.